Johnny and X.
you guys hear me? T? The longer the queue, the more drunk we'll be. Team nor hear me. I agree. Nah, I'm kidding, I won't. Spectre, yes. Well, Spectre, well, it got nerfed already, so it's kind of gone. So at least for power, I don't play Condi, but yeah, our new weapon set lasted less than 2 months. So yeah, it's, it already got fucked by I don't wanna. Ain't it already fucked Spectre for power? So didn't I say that it? Oh, it's just funny. Just funny as hell. They take every shortcut possible to nerf everything in this game, so. Mota? I don't know when Mota is. It's this summer, but that's far away. They'll probably murder Spectre by then, so then I'll stop playing. If they murder Spectre. Yeah, I used to roleplay as a paladin. No, but Spectre, it was like Spectre is not bad at all. It's actually kind of sad that they nerfed it for power too much. Like, I don't mind if they nerfed the damage itself, like coefficients, but nerfing the initiative kind of just fucks the weapon set in general. Like Spectre already has less initiative than normal thieves. They want to nerf it because it's being spammed, right? But the solution is then to make the other skills more valuable to use, right? Which they haven't really figured out how to do that, other than to nerf the weapon set itself, which is kind of like the wrong way to do it. But yeah, it's ANET, you know, can't do much about it. Oh, he insta blocked. But yeah, meanwhile Condi is still like, they barely touch the durations. I mean, Condi also ate the... Oh, that's how... Now I want to fix this. Right. Hello. How do I... Why does my Yola... No. There we go. No. How do I change code 3? There we go. No, what? No, wait. Why is it cheap? The fuck? Okay, never mind. I think it's fixed now. Yeah, so with Spectre they should have just fixed the actual problem from the beginning, which is like, if you feel like it's being spammed too much, it's because the other weapon skills are useless to use, right? In PvP, instead of just nerfing the initiative cost to make it unplayable for, well, now at least power. It's not unplayable, but I don't feel like it's valuable enough to run anymore, for me personally at least. There's probably people playing it, but yeah. And as I said, like Condi is Condi, right? it's enough for you to land one for it to be valuable, because you stack so much condis in it, right? Oop. Moa? Insane. You stack so much condis with it, and even if they lower the duration, it's not much. It's just too stacked in condis. Like, you have Torment, Chill, and Poison in one set, like in one skill. It's enough for you to land that once, and it's already valuable enough. Meanwhile, Power, it's like, yeah, okay, it does good power damage, but I mean, it doesn't kill anymore because you can't spam it. So then it's not that valuable anymore. So they should have just split the skill, like move the damage around to Scepter 2. I mean, yeah, it's also the fact that the projectiles itself, they are really shit to actually land. Like, it's it's actually quite funny to just see how it miss so much. Yeah. What? Was that a 2.8k proc? Nice, I like it. But yeah, Scepter is kind of rip, at least for me. I can actually save him if they don't stomp him. Look at this! I'm gonna fucking save him. No! No, it was so close. That was actually pretty funny. So as long as he doesn't get stomped there, we could have rest that, but yeah. Unfortunately, he got stomped in. But yeah, it's the same old nerfs. Also the reason why it sucks even more is that since you add so much initiative cost, like CMC has already been adding a lot of initiative cost to Thief in general, especially because of Daredevil, yeah? Which makes it really hard for Spectre to ever eventually play weapon sets, because everything is just gonna cost so much initiative, right? And the sad part is that Scepter is the new weapon that came out for Spectre, and it's the only weapon set that can actually offer any sort of support other than Shroud, right? You have Shroud, the tether mechanic, but I mean, yeah, apart from that, it's like you kind of remove the nice things from having a new weapon set. It's fun as well to have something new, but nope, it's gone. It's yeah, instead of destroying Scepter, you could have just moved. Like, they could have done so many different things. They could have auto attack chain itself is shit. It's really awkward to cast. Scepter 2 is absolutely atrocious. The projectile, even Scepter 3, which has the faster projectile out of all of them, is still also really awkward to cast, because it's you can strafe it easily. The only reason why you land it is with quickness from Chrono Wells. Otherwise, it's like super hard to land. Especially in the meta with Guardians and Revenants, like everything has block and Aegis, and like it's just, you're never ever gonna land a Scepter 3. CPC, and people still want to nerf it. Like, it's just crazy to me. But yeah, what they could have done is split the damage, like remove the damage, put it into Scepter 2, put it into Scepter 1, put it into Shroud 1. There's like a million things you could have done instead of increasing initiative and kill the weapon set itself. Now it won't be played at all. So, but yeah, it is what it is. I found a way to play without it, so I'm more than fine. It's just sad to, instead of just fixing it properly, you destroy it. So kind of lazy way to fix it, as usual. It's not like I'm surprised either. So I'm playing DP plus SD. If they would have released Sword Offhand, they never would have nerfed it like Scepter. You pretty sure? I don't know, man. Like, we have come to the point where Ainit has started to, instead of actually doing proper fixes to the reason why skills are being spammed on Thief. Like, look at DP for example, like in HOT. We have had the same initiative cost throughout the history of the game of Dagger Pistol. And suddenly we feel the need to increase initiative cost on Dagger Pistol 3, which is crazy. Like, why? Why? Like, is it being spammed too much? Okay, well, solve the reason why it's being spammed too much. You still play. I've never played Lost Ark in my life, so no, that would be a very weird thing to say. But yeah, and now we have Dagger Pistol 3 increase. Oh. Yeah, I didn't have any interest in past Lost Ark. Thief should have a passive like Windwalker Monk in World of Warcraft that gives something for alternating weapon skills. You mean like that, since if you're not doing the same combo you get like a stacking buff? I mean, it's not even that hard. Like, make the other skills worth using. Like, DP has been the perfect example of why it was always worth alternating everything, yeah? Like, ever since, you know why Dagger Pistol 3 became like why you started spamming that? Well, I'll tell you, it's very easy. They nerfed pulmonary impact of Daredevil so hard that it's not being used anymore, right? There is no reason to pick this trait over the passive damage that you get from using your evades, right? 5% damage is already more than what PI will ever do, yeah? And since you already increased so much initiative, like, they increased initiative cost because this was being spammed, but back in HOT you actually used PI for doing damage. But now you don't use it because PI is so shit, so there's no reason for you to use headshot anymore. Like, even interrupting heal sometimes feels so unrewarding because you use so much initiative for what? That they can't cast it in like a global or whatever. It's like, it's not exactly a global, I guess, but it's not like it's power block or anything. But the damage here, it's less than what you would do. If I crit my headshot, I do more damage than what this trait does. Like, that's how bad it is. But pre-nerf, even the 1k damage that it did was still, like, it could compete with Havoc Specialist. But they remove things that makes it, why should I ever use headshot now? It's just, in the past you would use it for damage and you would use Shadow Shot, like you would swap everything, right? You would use 5-2 for stealth, then you would alternate between headshot and using Shadow Shot depending on like, okay, can I pressure him from range? Okay, then I will pressure him from range with headshot. If I have to go close, I will use Shadow Shot. But instead they nerfed PI, which makes it not valuable to use anymore, so you spam 3. You destroy your own specs by the nerfs that you're doing, essentially. Like, Ainit is shooting themselves in the foot with their own balancing. It's very simple. It's like, if they actually just balanced properly and actually knew what the fuck they're doing, then it wouldn't be an issue. Same with Scepter. Like, you look at Scepter Dagger and you're like, okay, Scepter Dagger 4, it's absolutely useless. Scepter Dagger 5, okay, it has some play, but not with Scepter that much. It's like, it's a Hail Mary for stealth if you're under pressure, if you're swapped to Scepter. So it's not used that much. Okay, so Scepter 2, it's even worse. Scepter 2 is even worse. Like, why on earth would I ever use Scepter 2? Scepter 2, like it looks nice on paper where you can stack some might, but the durations in PvP are so nerfed from like the boon duration in PvP is that if I had 100% boon duration, then I would maybe start looking at that, but I can't even ever. You try to reach 100% boon duration in PvP, yeah, okay. Good luck. I don't think a single spec can even reach 50%. And even then it's fucking bad. So it's like yeah, and like the damage itself is not so bad on Scepter 2, but it's the fact that Scepter 3 is just better, even if they nerf it. Was there? No, I really don't give a fuck. But look at the balance Discord, it's full of people who has their own agenda, and it will always be like that. I have zero care, like who is a pro player, who decides who's a pro player, and like I will never ever, I'll give my own opinion and they can do whatever the fuck they want. I really don't care, like I've stopped caring since 2015. What do you think about the support side of Spectre, specifically Scepter? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm playing Power now, so I don't really run Scepter. I like the idea of I feel like it's sad that we don't have Scepter in the build that I'm playing, at least, because I mean it gave some. Shroud is still fine, like you can still support your allies with Shroud. It sucks a little bit that you don't have Scepter anymore on Power, at least. As I said before, like you can play Scepter absolutely like on Power as well, but I prefer to not play it. That's my own like preference, yeah. But yeah, of course I feel sad to not be able to use the new weapon set that I just got, you know. Like it didn't even take that long until they nerfed. And as I was saying on the stream as well, it's the worst nerf that you can possibly do for Thief. Because it's like, you don't only harm the ability. Oh. It's not only Scepter that you nerf by doing this. You nerf every other skill that you ever want to use on Scepter as well, right? Like, sorry, on Thief. Oh, like, if you cast one Scepter 3 and it costs 5 initiative instead of 4, yes, that's fine. But as soon as you cast a second, well, now it starts to become awkward. Now you use 2 more initiative than you originally did, right? And that's when it starts to hurt. And then you look at sword, like sword pistol. That's 6 initiative for even casting up one single sword pistol. sword pistol 3, yeah? That's when these things start to hurt. And then you look at the other skills, like, when am I gonna ever get to use a single sword skill in this game, you know? Or dagger, or like anything. It's just, yeah. Everything just gets doubled. As I said, like if you spam it, you could have done it if you want to do it the proper way. If you feel like initiative cost was the only way, okay, well make it so that once I've casted it more than 2 times in a row, or like 3 times, okay, well then you can start to add like, okay, now it's gonna cost another initiative to cast it. Not from the get-go, but I mean we know that that's like wishing for something else. That's never gonna happen. Like that's even worse to code for them. So yeah, it's just fix the initial problem on why it's being spammed over the other skills. Okay, like why is Scepter 2 so bad? Why is Scepter 1 so bad? Like start looking at those. And as I said, like I have no issues if they actually just fixed the coefficient. Like nerf the damage by like 50% and swap some to a round into like Shroud 1, Shroud, or like not even, it doesn't even have to be Shroud, it can be, well, Shroud 1 is one example, Scepter 1 is one example, Scepter 2 is another example. But no, it's just, you look at Scepter 3 pistol, it's exactly the same issue, it has the exact same issue. Let's pretend for a moment that we would swap over to Scepter pistol, yeah? It would also be exactly the same, even though it costs 5 initiative, it's because the cast is so long, yeah? Everyone is gonna spam 3. It's just 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. It's the same thing, but it's not nerfed. because it doesn't perform as good, yeah. But once it starts performing as good, well, sword dagger, it's exactly the same. It's like, it's also pure like 3-3. Okay, on my spec now it's more like cloak and dagger, but very rarely actually sword 3, because the initiative cost is so heavy in the weapon set, because we have less already. And that's what I meant with like, the more ANET keeps increasing the initiative cost, the worse it becomes for Spectre to ever try to try another weapon set. But yeah, I mean, in the end, I'll just play my specs that I find. I'll play them until they get nerfed, which they have been doing. So but you look at the track record and it's like, yeah, of course. I mean, balancing thief it's never really been an issue with suddenly swapping or like increasing initiative cost. That's how throughout the history of Heroes 2 we have never, ever since CMC started balancing thief, that's when we started getting initiative cost increase of thief, which is crazy to me. Like, so you're saying to me that since the beginning of this game that we've been fine without increasing initiative cost, but suddenly now it's an issue. Like, start fixing the actual ground problems instead of actually doing these quick fixes that is gonna harm the whole. Like, do you realize how much it's gonna take to unfuck all of these bad changes? Like, you're painting yourself into a corner that is gonna be so hard to ever get out of. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I can't even begin to imagine all the, like, and it's not even, that's not even everything. It's like trade-offs. And then you start looking at those, and then you look at next, and you look at next, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's just the increased initiative, sword pistol was nerfed already in core, right? So this is how it went. Sword pistol was played in 2014 for a short moment of time. It took over, and it was played with crit strikes with the passive haste proc, yeah. And it was played for 2 months until it got nerfed to 6 initiative, and it got instantly unplayed, yeah. That was it. Like, you went from 5 initiative to 6. It went boom, unplayed. Yeah, didn't have to touch anything. And they accidentally in 2019, I don't know when, 2018-19, they accidentally made a PV patch because they didn't split change properly. So they put the old pistol whip initiative cost back to PvP, so it went to 5. That's when I made the acro pistol whip build work with PI as well, because you stun so much. And but that build didn't live long. It lived 3 months maybe, and then it got absolutely pissed on and deleted from. The only reason why you even played pistol whip in Spectre was because you run scepter dagger and you wanted a set that could stealth yourself, but you want sword for the wells, so you had to play sword pistol, but it was mostly used as utility. It's not damage. Like, you don't spam 3 scepter sword pistol for damage. You use it for stealth. You put the powder down, and then you blast shroud or whatever for your team, but it was never used for damage. So just a started POF? No, I think it came later because I found it in 2019. It wasn't that early that they did it, because then I would have looked at it a long time ago. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Like, the more they split, the harder it becomes for them to keep track of and balance. Like, just a perfect example that I have is actually, if you go to Deadly Arts, this trait here, even the odds. Do you know what this trait is? This trait is actually the old trap trait that was called Trapper's Respite or something like that, or maybe Deadly, I cannot remember. So if you pick this trait, it doesn't mention traps whatsoever, right? So if I take a trap here, I take pitfall. I think it's the one, right? Doesn't mention might at all, right? I equip even the odds. What? Now I get 5 might. Do you know why? Because they basically took this trait, reworked it, but they forgot to remove the actual trap part of it. So now if you add a trap, like preparations are basically traps, I guess. They just copy pasted. They use the same ID, but they just renamed them to preparations. But it's still a trap, kind of, but it doesn't proc trapper rune. But this trait is still kind of traps. So yeah, if you go to wiki and you look at even the odds and you look at history, it will be called deadly something trapper's respite or deadly respite. It basically gave these things, but also cooldown reduction to traps. So yeah, very nice. Like, it's just one example of like they just do quick fixes rather than proper fixes. And that's how it's been. This is just one out of many. Yeah, it's no worries. Has the highest skill ceiling. I don't care that much about it. Yeah, it's whole Daredevil is filled with these. Like, if you would go into Daredevil and you would look at these, I think Escapist Fortitude used to be called something entirely different. If you go and actually paste the old ones, Weakening Strikes, Escapist Fortitude, and Havoc Specialist are all kind of fucked. I think maybe Brawlers as well. Like, if you go look at the history of these and you paste the codes in game, and you will see they are all over the place. It's actually quite funny. This one used to be merged with, I actually can't remember. Marauder's Resilience used to be Marauders used to be something. Yeah, I can't remember. If you maybe Marauders. Wait, Marauders Resilience. Let's go look. This one. History. Oh yeah, this one is new. So if we go look at Escapist Fortitude, that one used to be split. So Escapist Fortitude used to have the healing part used to be here. So every time you evaded, you would get heal. But the Condi remove used to be its own trait, and it used to be called. Yeah. So the original version of Escapist Fortitude used to be called Driven Fortitude, and it used to heal you by 456. But if we look at it, look at this. Wait, we'll do this. So I paste the trait. This is the original version of Escapist Fortitude, and it becomes Weakening Strike. So they basically pasted Driven Fortitude over to Weakening Strikes. And then you go look at Weakening Strikes. I think that one used to be something different. Original, exactly. And it used to be one of the major actually. But that one is Escapist Fortitude now. But it used to be cause weakness to enemies you critically hit. But now it's called Escapist Fortitude. And then you go look at Brawler, no wait, Havoc Mastery. That one used to be called something else too, I think. Yeah, it used to be grant the player bonus damage to enemies within range. So you used to get 7%, it was also major. That one is Marauders. So it used to be a major, but that one used to be it used to be 7% more damage within 360 yards. So there's a lot of weird interactions that they have. But yeah, it's funny to look at all the changes that they do, and I can't even imagine how much like how bad it can fuck up traits with them copy pasting rather than doing proper new traits itself. When they first made Doomfire traits from proc to burn on Shroud 1, it also healed Shroud 1 pass through. Yeah, it's very likely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of classes that has these traits that are just there's I'm assuming Warrior probably has a lot of that, but yeah, classes in general that had a lot of reworks on their spells, they probably have a lot of copy paste stuff that, but that's the funny part, you know when Core Thief was so powerful in like before the 2020 February patch, like tactics, yeah. But you know when Core DP Thief, like with the Shadow Arts, with smokescreen 25 seconds, etc., was so powerful, you guys know that the reason why that Core Thief even spiked so hard was because of one bugged utility, but they absolutely shat on the whole spec and core spec itself. So Assassin's Signet, I've said this on stream many times, Assassin's Signet, if you look at it, it gives you 180 power passive and it gives you 540 power on active, but the reason why it did so much damage was because it still had its previous, it basically gave you 540 power on active, but also it was bugged, so it gave its previous bonus, which was 15% more damage for 5 attacks or something like that. Or, well, I think the latest change was actually 15% more damage for 15 seconds. So you had 540 power plus 15% more damage for 15 seconds. Like, do you realize how much extra damage that is for someone who ran like Shadow Arts, Deadly Arts, and like Core Thief basically? So Trickery, Shadow Arts, blah blah. Plus you ran Deadly Arts with Impro, so you could actually proc Assassin's Signet's passive, so you would get 180 power plus 540 power plus 50% more damage. That was the whole reason why you spiked so fucking much. But instead they just took a whole dump on the spec, rather than actually fixing the actual problem. But yeah, you know. Okay, can just... My lord. No, my port didn't work because I jumped, I think. Oh, we don't have a support, my bad. Or do we have a support? Yes, but Riken is sleeping. My port didn't go through because I jumped, so I can't sort two of them. But yeah, it's a lot of those random changes that kind of like, it's kind of fun as well to find those, but at the same time also not so. Okay, well, we're gonna snipe him. Look. Oh no, that was close. Fuck it. Hello, Kabi. We can actually go decap because our comp is actually pretty heavy in their team fight. Like, should slay them. We'll see what they have for July patch. Well, as I said, like to me, I'm never ever like, I don't care. I like how he refuges my face. I don't know if he's Condi, but if he plays power, that's kind of funny to play. He's actually power with Shadow Refuge. That's actually quite interesting. You just have to stand still. Now, boom. Okay, never mind. What do you think about Ane's approach to balancing elite specs? No, I mean, I've been very clear from the get-go that I never ever liked the trade-offs. Their trade-offs from the beginning was shit already, right? It was never ever good. Like, not from the start of it. It's a lazy change of. I don't even know what they're supposed to do. Some classes, it's like a pure absolute deletion of the spec, or like handicaps it so heavily, rather than, it's like, what is it meant to do? Is it like, what is the trade-off supposed to do? Is it supposed to make it so that you play core, like, or that it's not supposed to be pay to win? Is that the reason? Okay, well, look at Herald, look at Hollow, like those trade-offs are straight up fucking. Those trade-offs are basically Hollow Forge and being Herald, like the F2, F whatever. Those are supposed to be trade-offs. They're straight off fucking better. Like, I don't get it. Like if you give me an example of what it's supposed to do, is it supposed to be a pure nerf? Well, okay. Well, then yeah, you miss still a lot of classes to fight. Like Daredevil is like it's like in the middle of, yeah, it's both a buff and kind of nerf. But and then you look at Mirage and you're like, okay, well, that's fucking garbage. And then you look at Soulbeast, okay, like Soulbeast can manage, but it's like, it's not like it's. And the thing is that it makes it so much harder to balance for them. Like, to me, I've always seen them as quick fixes, like lazy quick fixes, rather than actual proper fixes. Yeah. Yeah, but some people like the trade-offs. But I mean, I can understand when they are when they're meant as like as an actual change to the actual spec. I wouldn't say that it's a trade-off. That's just a change of mechanic. But a trade-off meaning like trade-off from what? But then if you mean trade-off, it should be. I just don't. The wording is bad, I guess. It's just that some classes have it as a nerf, like quite heavy nerf actually. Like look at Mirage. Like it's not like I'm saying, oh yeah, Mirage is so fucking bad that it's not being played ever. But at the same time, it's like it's one of those changes that makes Mirage like feel awful to play in PvP. To be honest, like why did you put one dodge there? Like in PvE, you still kept the 2 dodges, right? So which is kind of weird, but it was supposed to be a trade-off. That's where I kind of get the whole, but like, these are nerfs, like how I see it, yeah. Because Mirage is the perfect example, I think. Sorry, right. So Mirage is the perfect example of the trade-offs, which is like miserable, yeah. I didn't kill him. Think he died. No. Yeah. A trade-off is when you have to pick between 2 actual good choices. Yeah, exactly. But which none of the changes of some specs, like they are not that at all. Kind of. Like you look at Hollow, it's just a trade up. You look at Herald, it's just a trade up from core. Yeah. So then Mirage Dodge was more a nerf than a trade-off. Yeah, exactly. Well then called it like, But that's what I meant with these changes. They're all over the place. And what is Herald then? You care to explain Herald? Holo? So you mentioned Mirage now, but you forget the others. Yeah. Yeah. Arc Infinity, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, but yeah, they did the same thing to Scourge. They tried to do that, but some classes have actual trade-offs and some don't. Yeah. Yep. I don't disagree with you. Quite hypocritical. Hypo, you mean? Oh, okay. I've said that I've stopped caring about anyone win trading except one person. But I guess you like to take out of context stuff. If I had to care about people win trading, I would not be able to play with a single teammate in this whole game. Yeah. So your logic is flawed from the get-go. So I would not be able to play with a single player in this game. So now you can go back to your corner, you can go cry. Who is that one person? What do you mean? Oh, that's it's very simple. It starts with B and it starts with E. Well, that's actually close, but it's actually not. I didn't actually think that it would. Yes! Look, someone. Jeff Bezos, yeah. Jeff Bezos. Very good, very clever. Hate, I have no care for hate. Rank 1, yes, he's an extremely skilled player at win trading. No, but the reason why is because he was actually using pictures of my son, which means that he's a very, very despicable person that I have zero care for. And hate, I could not care less about like what he is or what he does. Like, as soon as he uses the picture of my son, yeah, he's a little cockroach. The rest I could not care less about. Win trading has been going on since like 2017. If I would care about everyone who's win traded, there would not be a single player I could play with. So that's actually the funny thing though. Like last season, like, do you realize how much he has been trying to win trade his teammate or like friend Jelsin? The fact that he spent like hours and hours and hours and hours of trying to win trade him to rank 1, and then he gets fucked by two other win traders. Like, that's actually fucking hilarious. Like, I can't even imagine how many hours they spend trying to win trade him, but they still get fucked by others. That's actually the funny part. That's like the most hilarious thing. Yes, that's pretty funny. One second. do you have 20k? I play with Valkyrie. I have 2 builds. You can play. This is like the only build that I managed to make Valk work fine. It's Valk with hidden killer and double intelligence. Yeah. There's probably a lot of ways you can do it, but yeah, pretty much what Blackjack says. There's plenty of ways. There's extreme amount of ways to actually abuse the ladder. So if you just go read the Glicko, you can actually kind of figure out by yourself as well ways to abuse it. What is the trade-off regarding going from forward to DH, Firebrand or Willbender? Well, yes. How do you... Wait, let me see, I was AFK. Who was it that made the video that there was... where they said that there hadn't been a proper rank 1 since... Well, that would be pretty hard because rank 1 did not come until 2017-02, I think was the first season, if I'm not mistaken, which was Misha, which was season 5. Me, Misha, Zan, we were rank 1, 2, 3. Misha had 2,302 rating with over 550 games played. Me was 2,282, Zan was 2,200 maybe something, I don't remember actually. I was at the comment. And season 6 I got to rank 1. That season was extremely dead. I like it. Everyone stopped playing. Can you believe that we went from 2.3k rating? Like the whole. I was rank 1 with 2,150 maybe. Can just push more actually. But yeah, the season was extremely dead. So me and Misha rank 1 and 2 I think that season. One stun break. I have to pay a little bit attention. Oh, I did not. Oh, he died. He was AFK. I'm dead actually. My bad. I shouldn't have agreed it. He had no cooldowns if I had survived there. Oh, I didn't think I would die. My music is gone. A second. Can okay. We maybe have to play serious. No, shouldn't have to. Maybe we can actually force Deacon. I need some new mix though. This is gonna be loud. Sorry. How is the player base now compared to when you? Well, nothing will ever beat season 5. But I do feel like this season has been like this. I think this is the first season, I guess you can call it. To be honest, I feel like it's been quite played. Like it's actually, I wouldn't say that it's been dead, to be honest. Like I feel like it's actually been quite a lot of players being like active, more than usual. But yeah, it's the common issue is that. You know, like if people want rank 1, they're gonna Q dodge, so obviously they will never ever play during prime time, so The only reason why I avoid prime time is because, like, if I stream and I see Basil queuing, like if he wants to win trade, then I just have no interest in playing those games because it's just gonna be so one-sided. It's like it's just no point to play. Wasn't there a situation where some of them gave shit advice just so they could win the tournament because the changes would fit their comp or something? Huh? What do you mean? Probably some of those guys gatekeeping it. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, I mean, what do you mean gatekeeping? That's I've been saying for such a long time. Like, I want ANET to I should just go for cap 4 to be honest. I don't want to team fight that. This is too much damage. I should have +1 close, but I'm too I just don't pay attention. I think, I mean, you're talking about early HOT where some specs like if we take Bunker Chrono for example, if we had tournament realms or whatever you want to call it, like where you could practice before the tournament. I don't know why you went close to die. Where you had like tournament realms or whatever, you could probably have you would have seen those specs before they existed, yeah. Watch out for his burst. No? Okay, no, man, I didn't have a dodge. Stealth. F1. Oh, he had stuff. Sorry, stuff. Watch out for the mage. Port to him. We're probably gonna end up getting decap, but that's actually missed his burst. Dodge and fear. F1. Oh, I didn't get it. It's kind of bad. I thought I could interrupt the burst, but maybe I can't. Stun him? No. We're gonna get decapped, as I said. It doesn't matter that much. Okay, they're kind of giving Bell. I don't want to give Bell. And my port bugs. Oh, we make it, I think. Lucky. Okay. I should get the stealth here. I'm very pressured though, but I think... Oh, I got actually fully cleansed. I don't know how the fuck I got cleansed that heavily. Now I think I'm just gonna juke the Tempest. He's gonna die. I don't have F1 for the guard, but he's so pressured so he can't. So now we can go for the decap if I don't die. We put the sword 2 just so we can return in case the I keep saying mage, but now we port back. Port in. This is greedy. Port. So okay, he had the kind of overlapping his blocks actually. We just want to force the decap here, so we should get it here. Okay, there we go. I just have to leave here, or like we don't have to fight this. Yeah, there's the necro that I did not want. Too slow to swap. Isn't that title which is not obtainable anymore? Do you mean my title or what? What are you talking about? There's one title that is not obtainable anymore that I had, which got removed by ANET, which was called Flavor of the Month. Who knows what that is? Who knows what Flavor of the Month is? Come on. Oh, that's spicy. Oh, that... The warrior, he literally cleanses my whole bar. Holy mother of fuck. First monthly AT. Yes, I like it. I like it. You know the deal. You know the deal. So we stole the Shroud 4 because we want to land that one, right, for damage. Now we port out. This burst here will kill him. So, okay, he's gonna die before anyways. Shroud 2, boom. Spam some dagger 4. No. Okay, we got it. Damage well as well. I should not ever rest through this. $500. It was 400, and it was NA. Yeah, whole NA team. We were actually. It was. Yeah, EU. It was me, Helset, Misha, Zan. I think Mancow was there. F1. We got this Gully for Signet. Big damage as well. Damage well after, and they knocked him. His body has to renewed. No renewed. Okay, never mind. Well, it's over here. Yeah, it was. But actually, the finals became 4v4. It's actually quite funny. It was. You know, boys played with Faror, Khazars, Flash, and I don't remember his full name, but it was a mesmer called Xiron, Dejela, or something like that. I don't remember who it is, but Xiron, I think it was called. I think Xiron is correct to just say. I guess that's the correct name. But Faror DC'd, so we played 4v4, Misha AFK'd. So it was basically me, Zan, Helset, Mancow versus Boys, Flash, Khazars, and Xiron. Delia, I don't know, I butchered it anyway. GG's. Yeah, this is Valk, yes. No, not plus I play. This is the build I play. Yeah, that's the last time Pistol Whip was being played actually. That's how long ago it was being meta, and before I made it meta again. I think it's 2014, no? It's called Mistpedia Shad 1v2. It's a pretty... It's one of the... I love that clip as well. Yeah, Misha fed in that 1v2, no? I mean, you can play it as a Marauder too. I'm just playing this... I like it. You can play it with Marauder. Oh, you fed? Yeah, I remember too. I remember Misha Tin Hat. Misha Tin Hat, that's what he was called. He was playing Azura, I think female as well. Azura female. It was before Zan's time. It was Karsaib, Misha, Easy, and Misha's brother Milo. Tommy Tom, he was also there for a while. Would you run the same stuff? No idea. I really I haven't theory crafted anything for Warriors Vault, to be honest. I've not felt like roaming at all. Tage comes every now and then. I actually haven't seen him in a while. He has not tried End of Dragons. I know that much. Yeah, everyone was playing Azura because you abused models. Yep. I remember. I played with some PvP, some Walrus World players. I played with like Enigma, Indigo, Fantastics, Rico. We did a lot of double thief, to be honest. And funny enough, I was main SD over DP back then. Right, enough of memory lane. I'll see who I can host. Can host Naro actually. Go enjoy some Wheelie Bender. Candy Cane Hammer? I actually don't remember that. I love Lord Azura. Man, I miss Lord Azura. I hope he's okay actually. I loved playing with him. He was like the most chill guy you could ever play with. Like holy fuck, he was so chill. Super good as well. But yeah, loved playing with him. He was also one of the OGs. Right. To be honest, I miss a lot of like core players like thieves as well, like Panda, Renna. Like there was so many thieves playing back then as well. Fuck man, like it's crazy. Right, good night guys, or well, I'm not gonna sleep, but I'll host you guys over to Naro, because I cannot be fucked to queue. Win backpack? I know Lord Azura always played the Walrus World backpack, what was it called? Chosen? Yes, Chosen, thank you for reminding me. I actually don't remember, I forgot about him, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Chosen also super good lad. Levin, has many good Vanish. Well, I never actually played when Vanish played, but yeah. Alright guys, go enjoy Naru.
Gravity well.